everyone. Welcome back to the lecture series of Computer-Aided Manufacturing. I am Neha Joshi, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Let's start with our first chapter, that is Computer-Aided Manufacturing. In previous session, we have discussed about concept of seam and seam width. In today's session, we will discuss different topics like seam product cycle, benefits of seam, impact of seam on personnel, and role of manufacturing in seam. Now, we will first discuss computer integrated manufacturing product cycle, that is seam product cycle. As you can see in the figure, seam product cycle is divided into 4 parts. First one is computer-aided design, which is known as CAD. Then second one is computer-aided manufacturing planning and control, that is known as CAMPC. Then third is computer-aided manufacturing, which is known as CAM. And last one is computer-aided business function, which is known as CABF. Now we will first discuss first stage of seam product cycle, that is computer-aided design. What are the different activities done under the computer-aided design? The computer design of the product is carried out using the various CAD tools like geometric modeling, finite element analysis, and simulation. From the geometric model, the detailed two-dimensional drawing of the product and its components are created automatically. This is known as computer-aided drafting. At this stage, the complete description and information of the product and its component is available in CAD/CAM database, as you can see in the diagram. The next stage is computer-aided manufacturing planning and control. Now, using the geometric model of the product stored in database, production planning and computer-aided process planning is carried out. Computer-aided process planning is followed by master scheduling, material requirement planning, and manufacturing resource planning. Now, what is material requirement planning? Material requirement planning is also known as MRP1. Is a computer-based production planning and inventory control system. MRP is concerned with both production, scheduling, and inventory control. It is a material control system that attempts to keep adequate inventory levels to assure that required materials are available when needed. Now, what is manufacturing resource planning? Manufacturing resource planning is also known as MRP2. It is a system that is used to effectively plan the use of manufacturers' resources. It enables manufacturers to develop a precise production schedule for the future that minimize cost and maximize the use of resources available at their disposal. As you can see, CAMPC in the diagram. The next step is computer-aided manufacturing of the product, which is known as CAM. The parts are produced using CNC machines, flexible manufacturing system, and transfer line. The computer-aided manufacturing is assisted by robotics and automated guided vehicles for material handling. Now, as you can see in the diagram, in quality assurance, the computers are used for the inspection and the performance testing of the product and its components. For that, coordinate measuring machines are used. And the last stage, as you can see in the diagram, is CABF, which is known as a computer-aided business function, and the various activities included in it are purchase, stores, cost planning and control, marketing and sales, finance, accounts, human resources, and developments. Now we will discuss benefit of seam one by one. First benefit is improvement in operational control. Now, how seam improves in operational control? Seam improves the operational control of various activities due to use of computers for controlling various functions, automation and integration of various functions, and reduction in human intervention. Next benefit is improvement in system response. Now SIEM improve the system response to various types of changes, delays and failures like product changes, process changes, material supply delay, machine failure and cutting tool failure. Now third benefit is increase in machine utilization. SIEM increase the machine utilization by reducing machine setup time and automating the machining and handling process. Fourth is reducing inventory. Now how SIEM reduce inventory? SIEM reduce the inventory by improving the material flow and reducing work in process. Fifth one is improvement in productivity. By using SIEM, how the productivity is increased? Because of the proper coordination of different activities and functions, SIEM improve the productivity. Next benefit is improving product quality. As automation is done, so product quality is improved. Next one is reduction in cost. SIEM minimizes various type of wastes like waste of processes, waste of manpower, waste of material, waste of machine hour, waste of motion, waste of transportation and waste of defective products. So overall cost of the product is reduced. And last benefit is improvement in customer satisfaction. Now use of SIEM help in reducing the product cost, improving the product quality and reducing the delivery period. So this help in improving the customer satisfaction. So these are what about the benefits of SIEM. Now what is the role of management in SIEM? The SIEM is just not a technology, but it is a philosophy as well. The basic objective of SIEM is the complete integration and automation of all functions of factory, including the business function. However, the success of SIEM, there has to be a greater integration of human resources and the factory resources. It may require the dismantling of the interdepartmental barriers and greater coordination among the different departments. This is possible only with the interactive involvement of the top management in integration of human resources. Now, basic 6 tasks to be performed by the management in the implementation of SIEM that are develop a business model for a factory to understand the problem, develop a functional model for the processes, function and the activities, develop an information model for system interfaces, database and information exchange, develop a network model for communication and networking, develop an organizational model for integrating the various islands of automation, and develop the implementation plan which takes into account special features of the business and operations. So these are the role of management in the SIEM. Now, what is expert system? An expert system is a computer program designed and developed for helping the user to solve the decision-making problem. Expert systems are used as an advisor to the management in making right decisions. An expert system consists of 3 parts. First one is knowledge base, then inference engine, and third one is knowledge acquisition. Now here you can see the diagram of knowledge system. There are 3 parts: knowledge base, inference engine and knowledge acquisition. Now what is the function of knowledge base? The knowledge base is a part of the software system which contains the fact and thumb rules a human expert would use in the taking decision. Now what is the function of inference engine? Inference engine extract the information from the knowledge base so as to help the user in making decision. And last one is knowledge acquisition. The continuous updating of the knowledge base is a basic requirement of good expert system. The knowledge acquisition unit acquire the knowledge acquisition from the outside expert as well as from the output of the inference engine and add it to the knowledge base. So this is the expert system which is used in SIEM for taking right decision. Now we will discuss impact of SIEM on personnel. The computer integrated manufacture has affected all the company personnel from lowest rank operator to the CEO of the company. The impact of SIEM on the workforce is more than on the technology itself. Now we will discuss one by one all the impact. First one is downsizing of workforce. Implementation of SIEM has reduced the requirement of workforce drastically, and hence there is a need of downsizing of workforce at all levels from bottom to top. The downsizing has hit the people with lesser skill. Now second one is requirement of change in skill sets. The implementation of SIEM has created a need for change in skill sets of people. For example, NC machine operators need to additional skill in CNC technology. The designer need additional skill in the area of modeling, finite element analysis, simulation and manufacturing. Now third impact is specialized need generalized and generalist need to be specialized. The SIEM needs to more flexible manpower. It demands that specialists must understand function outside their areas. The SIEM has also demanded that general purpose manpower of each department must specialize in their area. And last one is cultural change in management. The SIEM demands the cultural change in management at all levels, that are lower, middle and top. This cultural change must start at the top management level so that they can convince the middle and lower management. Now we will discuss what is the role of manufacturing engineer in SIEM. In SIEM environment, the role of manufacturing engineer is versatile in nature. In SIEM culture, there is a continuous upgradation and modification of product. Therefore, there is a greater need for manufacturing engineers to interact closely with the design engineer. The manufacturing engineer need to understand design process, especially CAD tools. The manufacturing engineers also need to develop the certain degree of expert in area of maintenance of their own machines. Therefore, they must understand the various system of machine tool like hydraulic system, pneumatic system, electrical system, electronic system and computer system. So this is the role of manufacturing engineer in SIEM. Thank you for watching this video.